Hey friends, so how do you record your guitar parts? Do you use amp modeling right within your software, or do you use traditional amplifiers? Today what I want to do is break down how I record guitars using amplifiers, and specifically how I set that up using Studio One. You know, amplifiers have been done for so many years now and made so many great recordings. So let's break down how to get some great tones in Studio One recording guitars. Let's jump in. Okay, so the first step is getting great guitar tone going into Studio One. So we want to get a good mic set up and obviously get a really good guitar tone before you even record anything. And to help you with that, I have a free great guitar tone checklist. You can click in the description below this video. It goes over a 5-step guide on how to get good guitar tone using your own current gear. Okay, so as far as mic setup goes, I use an SM57. It's a really traditional mic. It's a dynamic mic designed for a lot of loud sounds. And what I'll do is I'll set it up right outside the middle of the cone. So on this amp, the speaker is actually on this side. If you were to shine a flashlight onto it, you could see that. And then you just offset from the very center of the cone, this SM57 right against the grill of the amp. And by offsetting it just outside the cone, you take away the brightness of the middle of the cone and you get a nice warm tone. Okay, so now that we have everything all set up, our amp is mic'd, we are ready to go. We are now inside Studio One, and the first thing that I did was, this is, by the way, a song I just recorded. It's an instrumental guitar song, so there's no vocals in it, which left a lot of room for guitar parts. I set all the blue tracks here up. These are all guitar tracks, so they're all the same color, so I know what they look like, easy to look at. The red is drums, up here is green, that's keys, purple is bass. So the first thing that I did was to set up a guitar bus so that all of the guitar parts are running through a guitar bus. Let me show you what that looks like. Over here, this is the guitar bus, and what I put on it is a Pro EQ, a fat channel, and an analog delay, kind of in that order. So the first thing is the Pro EQ, and what that does is, just for guitars, because guitar is a kind of a mid-range instrument, I just took off some of the lows and some of the highs, okay? The fat channel, I'm going to let you listen to in a second. It's just amazed me, really, because it's added so much, and I just used the preset for that Studio One had for a guitar preset called Rock One. Let's give that a listen. So here's the intro of the song. So this is with the fat channel. If I take the fat channel off, back with the fat channel. So it immediately not only makes it a teeny bit louder, but puts it right in a perfect spot in the mix. It makes it nice and crispy for some of the high end on this particular guitar that I used to record it. So I loved that. This is the fat channel, so cool. The analog delay I added next. Okay, so with the delay, I actually had it already baked into the track with my delay pedal, but then I also added it into the mix bus. So let's listen to that. Let's solo it out. So this is with the delay, without. You hear that's a lot drier. Kind of sets it back a little bit in the mix. But also, you hear that as I stopped it, it kind of trails off there. I set it to dotted eighth delay, 25% feedback, and 11% for the dry wet. So it just helped it kind of sit in the mix a little bit better, and it had a bigger kind of sound, which is really what I was going for in this. So this is my mix bus. This is the second thing to think about. Pro EQ, fat channel, and delay all in there. Okay, so the third thing to think about when recording guitars is your arrangement. And maybe you thought about this
before you even started. Hopefully you've thought about this a little bit. What guitar parts are playing what? In this song, I have 5 different guitar tracks. Down here, you have the main guitar part, which is pretty much playing through the whole song, with the exception of the solo. Just made it easier to do another take for that. And then I have additionally some fills and some harmony parts. So let's listen to some of this. For this chorus section, I have I almost thought of it like the main guitar is playing the vocal line, and then you have harmony parts with that. Let's listen. So you can kind of hear that, and then the main guitar part's a little bit louder, and then these 2 guitar parts are panned right and left to give a little bit of a wider sound. And then in the beginning, I just added some ambient guitar, so you can check that out. It's just fading in a chord that I strummed and like 1-note lead line. So it just gives it a smoother little bit of an introduction. If you want to hear the rest of this song in its entirety, you can click on the link at the end of this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.